Hey, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Chat. Today we're going to be talking with actress, voiceover artist, and singer Alicia Ryan. Stay tuned. Hey, Alicia, how's it going?
Hi, Jen. Fantastic. Happy New Year. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm very hot at the moment. I'm sitting in front of a fireplace, but I wanted to have the ambiance.
Yeah, I almost did ours in front of I almost set up in front of our fireplace, but I'm like, I did that for a previous interview and my butt was like on fire.
I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'm like 6 feet away from the fire, so I should be okay. But I turned down the heat in the house, so yeah, I should be all right.
Yeah, like the last time we were speaking, we were debunking the myth that Canadians never get cold.
I was thinking of that. I have my blanket right here.
Nice. I don't have one, but I have like a woolly sweater, so I'm good and warm.
Yeah, as do I. I know. I was thinking when I talked with you last live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the heat of summer, wasn't it? I think it was summer.
I think so. Yeah, we were in the summer, but we were talking about winter for some reason.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. We can get all 4 seasons in 1 week anyway, so does it really matter what season we're in?
True. Yeah. Who knows what we'll wake up to tomorrow?
Exactly. So for those of you who don't know Alicia, she is an actress, singer, and voiceover artist and part-time teacher right now, aren't you?
This is true. Yes, I am. Yep. Another multi-passionate.
Did you want to give a little background on your history of how you got from A to Z?
Yeah, well, such a long time. But story in a nutshell, I guess, is that ever since I could move and speak, I was dancing and performing, and I just loved to express myself through the arts. And I don't remember a time that I never didn't want to be a performer.
Okay.
Full time. Yeah. And I just singing and figure skating and dance classes and choirs I was a part of as a kid. And I just always loved to perform, and I loved nothing more than that. And so I guess growing up, I was definitely in a lot of extracurriculars involving the arts in high school and outside of school. And then get to time to graduate high school. And I was thinking I would maybe come to Toronto because I was from Wyerton, as you know.
Yeah.
Small town up in rural Ontario. And I was like, do I come to Toronto and do I go to Sheridan for musical theater, or do I go to York for theater, or do I go to U of T for music? I didn't really know which avenue I should really focus on. I just knew it needed to be in the arts world. Yeah. And at the time, Toronto seemed a little too big of a move for me when I was 19, when I left home.
Why are you Toronto? It's like night and day.
It really is. At the time, it was too much. So I just kept it closer to home and came to Waterloo, went to Laurier for music, and became a voice major and an English minor. Graduated, thankfully, after 4 years. And then as I grew up, I was also doing a lot of teaching and coaching of sports and whatnot, particularly skating and swimming. And teaching was always something that was also kind of an innate skill I had. And so I decided with my parents, they were definitely supportive of the idea of going to teachers college and having that nice backup plan / stable job. I think that we have a delivery, but that's okay.
Okay, I have kids running over my head right now.
I don't think I need to get it. It's probably just a package. But I don't know. My parents were always supportive of me going into the arts, but they also loved the idea of having some stable income. So so we decided it was a great idea for me to go to teachers college right after I got my music degree. Mm-hmm. And then kind of while I was supply teaching, because I knew I didn't really want to teach full time.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it at my own free well, kind of whenever I wanted to and had the ability to. Yeah. I was like also trying to get an agent, even though I didn't live in Toronto, and like coming into Toronto all the time for cattle call auditions at the time. Like big musicals where they would just invite everybody to come in and like The Sound of Music. Oh, what was the name of that show? How do you solve a problem like Maria? Remember when they did that show? I came in for that. I would just come into the big city whenever I could to like do things I knew about, but like, and I was like getting into voiceover work through little jobs around Owen Sound, like where my parents live. So I was just kind of finding ways to like get going in the professional realm without living here in Toronto. And then eventually I was just like, I got to go all in. I got to get to Toronto. I'm ready for it now. And
you prepare yourself for Toronto. It's a different.
Here we are. That's the short version.
Yeah. Toronto's like a different type of city compared to most of Ontario cities. You have to prepare yourself, especially the driving. It's like I feel like you go into Toronto and the driving is like, okay, everybody's like attacking each other on the road.
Yeah, and more so now that I don't drive. Like I got rid of my car like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So I barely ever drive. The odd time I'm up north, but I drove since I was 16 until about 8 years ago. So for a while. And then I just realized I don't need a car. Like, why am I spending money on a car when I don't really need it? I can put my money elsewhere. And so now that I'm like a pedestrian a lot, I walk a lot and take Ubers and whatnot, a lot of transit. Better for the environment, better on my pocketbook, and I don't have to stress about hurting people.
Or parking. Oh my gosh, parking in Toronto.
That too. Or getting towed, because that happened a couple times. When I was volunteering, my car got towed one day.
That's insane.
But that was my own fault.
Yeah, I like my worst thing is trying to find parking for auditions in Toronto, which I'm so glad I haven't had to do lately because we've been doing virtual stuff. So.
Yes. I'm like, I remember the first time I drove into Toronto. I was living in Woodstock at the time.
Yeah.
I came in and it was way better, like way easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
The first time I was actually very impressed, but like it was fine when I was doing it. But now that I'm out of practice, the idea of it just freaks me out.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So I totally get that. But you don't really need it in Toronto because you can take like the subway or the streetcars, or you've got Ubers and taxis. Like there's so much transportation options in Toronto. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'll probably need a car again eventually, but not now. But for now,
save money while you can. The gas prices are insane.
Exactly. And it's, I just feel a lot more safe not being the one driving the car.
For sure. I feel like there's like a ton of noise happening around me right now. There's like the kids running and my daughter started the laundry machine and the furnace just kicked in. I don't know if you can hear any of that.
No, it sounds like super silent to me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I heard that. It sounds like somebody's kicking from above.
They dropped something. I'm like, okay, I'm just wondering if it was like picking up the noise. So
just that once I heard.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check. So have you made any I can't talk. Did you make any New Year's resolutions this year, or have you stopped making New Year's resolutions?
I just want to point out I have business on the top and pajamas on the bottom.
Oh,
I just want the world. Perfect. Welcome to our lives.
Yeah. Last time I had a hidden blanket.
That's true. I've got one of those as well.
Okay, at least we have pants on. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So have you made any New Year's resolutions?
Great question, Jen.
Or have you stopped? Because I know a lot of people have stopped making New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I've never been really one to make New Year's resolutions, to be completely honest. But I do like to, I feel like September, like the end of summer when the school year starts again, is kind of like a new beginning for me. Slash my birthday is the end of August. So I feel like September is kind of like a new beginning period as well as January, the beginning of the actual calendar year for me. And I really do like to like take time and like not have any distractions and seriously reflect on what like the past year has been, and really think about what I want to do more of and what I want to do less of and let go of, and just like how do I want to like refocus my energy and time for the next while. I do it more, I would say, for January. For the reason I think I'm just more relaxed. There's like, it's quieter in my life at this time for whatever reason. So it's been a bit hectic the last little bit. So actually tonight I was thinking of really sitting down after the shower. My brother, a shower, him and his wife are having an adoption shower after this.
Congratulations again on that. You've been an auntie.
Yes, so wild. Three at once.
I know, right?
Very exciting. Tonight I'm planning on sitting and I've got this question book my friend sent me that like really lets you like reflect on the past year and what you want to kind of refocus on or direct your energies to for the upcoming year. So I'm going to work on that tonight, but like I know generally that I want to continue putting more focus on, I like to think I always do this, but like really focus in on the word nourish. I think nourishment in every sense of the word, whether it be like with relationships, with be the food and whatnot that I'm consuming, the media that I bring into my life, just like being kind and graceful with myself, just like to nourish my whole self. I think if I keep that at my forefront every day and try and like think of doing that all the time, I think that will be really beneficial.
Yeah, for sure.
And like,
nourish is a good word.
Thank you. Right?
Right. Yeah. Because it can like encompass so many things. So
exactly. So that's going to be at the forefront of my mind in 2022.
That's awesome.
And also discipline. They're up there. Discipline and nourishment. But like, I'm not a huge stickler. I got to be gentle with myself, but like I do want to like, I've got these routines that I'm trying to keep going as best I can. And I'm trying to have the discipline to stick with those routines. Cause I know from past experience, if I do these things, it's only beneficial.
So being more self-integral, basically.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
I get that.
Way to word it.
Because often we'll like do everything for everyone else and then we put ourselves aside.
Yes. Like I have decided like now we can't really be as social as we were a little while ago, but like with like all the auditions that thankfully we get self-tapes at home with those and supply teaching pretty much every day. I need to like keep my socializing to the weekends, I've decided, because I need to make my work and my self-nourishment the priority during the week and like getting enough sleep and all that jazz. And then make my plans for the weekends. That is a big change I'm going to make in 2022.
And sometimes you need to do that because otherwise you get distracted, right? And then nothing gets done.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm really good at that. Getting distracted.
Oh, I am too. I was trying to do like a Zoom call today. Like I was listening in on a Zoom call and because of the kids being home online, I'm like, I bailed on it halfway through because I kept getting pulled away. I'm like, I'm just going to watch the replay later. So sometimes it's a matter of like adjusting to be self-integral because you're being distracted. So you have to like revamp your plan. So I either have to like watch these trainings after the kids go to bed or get up early before they wake up.
Yeah. Which is hard if you're anything like me. I'm
getting better at it. Like I never used to be a morning person because I'd be up so late doing cakes. But now that I'm not doing cakes a lot because of the pandemic, I'm able to go to bed earlier, which means I can wake up earlier. And I actually like now being up before the rest of the house because you get like that time before everyone else starts to do things. You get like alone time that you can just like either work out or plan or do whatever you need to do before the day starts. So
no, that's so true. No, I commend you on being able to do that. That is what I'm so far since school started the other day. I've been good at getting up and actually doing some yoga before work. Yeah. So 2 days in a row I've done it. That's good. Like it's no 5 a.m.
Yeah. Like, my mic is like peeking in. Sorry.
I only get up that early for set days and flights. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of like weight training lately because I really want to do the Murph challenge in May because I'm crazy. So
what's that again?
So it's in honor of Lieutenant Michael Murphy, and it's to raise money for the scholarship fund for them. And it's a Navy SEAL challenge. So it's 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups and 300 squats and 2 miles of running. And then you like compete. So like you do it on your own time basically now because of COVID. They're not doing like meetups right anymore. Like you used to be able to go and do it in person in spots.
Right.
But now you just do it yourself and then you upload your time and there's like prizes for like the best time. I don't expect my time to be like short because that's a lot and I don't know if I'll be able to finish it, but I at least wanted to try. So,
that's amazing. Good for you.
So that's what I'm working on fitness wise. Because like, I'm crazy.
So was that related to you doing those chin-ups in your basement?
So unrelated, but since I've started doing them, then I came across that challenge. I'm like, why not? Let's just go and try. Because even if it takes me all day, like I can do like a couple pull-ups there and a couple pulls there. Like it's the mentality of trying and being able to finish something, right?
Yeah.
Because that's empowering in itself. It's like, okay, well, it took me 8 hours, but I did it. So
yeah. No, exactly. That's so true. You completed it, which is
and that's
more than not everybody can say that.
Yeah. I feel like that should lead into like my next question for you, because my next question for you is, what's your best life advice or best acting advice you've received lately?
Ooh. Well, definitely one piece would be from my dear agent who, I don't know, we were just having a chat about, like what more can I be doing on my end to help grow my business and get more work, essentially. And she was essentially saying like, you're doing well, like you're doing great, like just believe it. And she trusts the process and like trusting the process and just like letting things unfold as they are. I've been hearing it not only from her, but just through friends too. Like I just feel like that those 3 words have been coming up a lot lately. And it's always great advice to hear. And you can always be reminded of it. And like as long as you know what you should be doing, like what aligns with you to help further things along in the direction you wish will go, like as long as you're doing the things and not being lazy, then just trust the process and things will work out as they are meant to work out.
No, I get that, because a lot of people will be like, okay, well, I'm going to manifest it into my life. It's like, you can't just like sit there and believe it's going to happen. You actually have to like take the action steps while you're manifesting this thing to make it happen. Like, just thinking about it isn't going to make it happen. You have to actually put one foot in front of the other and just take the next step. And sometimes we don't know what that is.
Right. Inspired action. Yeah. And if you don't know what that is, I guess that's a great time to talk with other people that are
well,
doing the same thing.
I forget who said it lately, but I was on a live and they basically said, if you don't know what the next action step is, I think it was Paul O'Mahony. He said, if you don't know what the next step is, usually if you just start doing something, it'll come to you, because it comes to you when you're being creative and when you're taking the next step. So sometimes if you don't know what you're doing, just go and do something and then it'll hit you. Like if you go for a walk, all of a sudden you get an epiphany, right? Yeah.
So true. Walks and showers are amazing activities for like clearing the mind. Yeah. But like also allowing like subconscious, I guess, thoughts come when you're not really trying for them.
Exactly. Yes. Go for a walk, people. That's our advice. It's healthy for you and it'll help you with your ideas.
It's so true. And when you're learning scripts, I find that's really helpful for me, at least, just like going for walks and saying the words and just really like finding new layers to what the story's about. I find it helpful.
And then the action too helps you, because when we learn something stationary, and then we go and try and learn, and we go and try and say it when we're mobile, our brain like all of a sudden doesn't know what we're doing, right? Because we've been saying these words stationary, reading them here, and now all of a sudden we have to move around and say these words. It's a completely new like habit that we're basically learning. So if you learn to say them still and learn to say them moving while you're walking, like you said, then your brain knows how to do those words in any situation. So
it's so true. It really gets it in your body, and I find it really helpful. I don't know if you caught this, but I watched Heidi Dean's new video that popped up today. Yeah. And she had an actress who's like an amazing Jeopardy winner giving some advice. And one of them was to also make sure that when you are preparing for an audition, to also, in addition to going for a walk, make sure you're also practicing and preparing in the exact same spot as you are your dress rehearsals. Exactly. Before you have your actual audition, which makes total sense. And I don't always do enough of that. I think I do a lot of my work outside of the spot. And then it kind of throws me off sometimes. When I go to do the audition. So I'm going to take that piece of advice into play.
Because you're basically learning a habit, right? When you're learning lines, people don't like think like, oh, I'm learning a habit, but you're putting a new habit into your brain. Your brain's forming new pathways to learn these lines and the steps of what you need to be doing while you're doing these lines, right?
Yeah. So exactly. There was a technical term for it she mentioned. I forget what it was, but I think it's good to shake things up, but also to like really be in the space and just like really feel what you're going to be experiencing when you're really performing.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of performing, is there anything that you're working on right now or anything coming up?
Oh, well, the list is just ginormous.
I know. Alicia, come on. All the major feature films that are coming up.
I know all the major feature films are coming in any day, Jen. I just did get an audition for a feature film literally right before this call. So
that's amazing.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I just a lot of auditions, which I love. Lots of voiceover specifically and on camera. Lots of commercials, but the odd film and TV show as well. Which I love. And I had something, I booked a role since I spoke with you last.
Okay.
I booked a lead in a film, but then it got postponed to this coming summer. Okay. So that's exciting. It was really exciting. A green light for a little while, and then it turned into a red light. But it was nice to book something Because
green light, red light. I know how that feels.
You know that game.
Like you're booked, but you're gonna have to hold off.
Yeah, exactly. Just we're gonna slow down for a little while, but I mean, totally understandable. It was COVID related, and so let's hope that it happens in spring or summer.
Yeah.
But it was nice to book something. But lots of callbacks and whatnot, which is great. So
so many more. I believe in you, Alicia. Okay, this is going to be your best year yet. Okay,
I feel it. I'm glad you do too. I feel like it's going to be a wonderful year for all of us.
Yeah, and I feel like you need to go into 2022 with that mentality. Like I see all these silly memes popping up, like, oh, it's what do you call it? Like the trilogy. It's like, no, like stop. Okay, because you speak and think your life into existence. So if you think this year is going to suck and it's going to be just like another repetition of last year and the year before, then it's going to suck because your brain's trying to please you. Okay, and people don't get that. So you have to go into the year being like, this is going to be the best year yet. And then take the action steps and stay in that mentality and just do it.
Yeah, 100% for sure. I should actually add, I just spoke with a friend from home, who I've sung on a few of his albums in the past.
Okay.
As like a featured singer. And he's launching his newest album. Should be this summer by the time everything's ready to go, which is exciting. So this summer I'll be on an album.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. So that's exciting for all of us. Yeah. So that's all I know of, unless I'm forgetting something. But
you're forgetting that I am currently writing a feature film.
Well, I realize that. I know. I'm just like, I know you are, and I would love to actually follow in your footsteps and do the same. I would like to do some more writing this year myself. But yes, Jen, if you would like me to audition for your project.
No, I'm not making my friends audition because I know how talented you all are, but I will be approaching you and a few others about seeing if you want to be in my film.
Well, the answer is yes.
I'm almost done writing the script, so then I'll be sending it people's way to take a look at.
Yeah. Are you allowed to tell me anything more about it?
So it's called The Emotional Terrorist, and it's based on a woman who went through like a slew of bad relationships, and all of a sudden, like, she's found this perfect man, but really he has narcissistic personality disorder. So he doesn't flip the crazy switch until after they're married, and then it's like she's stepped into her own psychological thriller.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, but there's friend roles and like all sorts of different roles that I need to fill. So
I'm really good at being a friend.
So I will be contacting you.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
I wanted to finish the script first so that people could read it before they accept a role, right?
I know, but I know I shouldn't say that. Put the cart before the horse, but 99% sure I would like.
You know me, and you know the quality of stuff I try and put in.
Yeah, I trust you in your quality of work. Do you have any suggestions or words of wisdom on like writing scripts?
I'm probably not the best one to talk to because it's the first time I've ever done it.
Yeah,
but I felt like I had to write as I got the ideas, because if I put it off, then all those things stirring in my head would leave and be like, oh, what did I mean by that, right? Or if you're not in a spot where you're able to write at that point, then I'll be like I don't want to say "Hey Siri" right now because my phone will be activated. But I would talk to my phone and make a note, right, of the thing I was thinking of, so that I can go back to it later and write it out, right? It's not as good as like writing it in the moment, but at least I have those notes in my phone to go back to. So that's my thing. And then just making time for it, because if you don't, you'll never get it written. Because for like a month I didn't set aside time for it, and then I didn't write anything. So then I had to like start putting it into my calendar, like I'm going to do like a 25-minute writing thing right here and get like a scene done, right? So
that's great. So just making time for all the things that you want to do in a day. Just make it
like putting them into your calendar, because then it's an appointment, right? It's like, okay, like this is my 25 minutes or my half an hour that I'm going to write a script. And if for some reason you can't think of anything at that moment, then switch that 25 minutes out for something later. And then maybe while you're doing the other thing that you just plugged in there instead, an idea will come to you. So,
like having a shower.
Right, exactly. Or going for a walk.
Doing the dishes.
Or exercising.
Right? Yeah.
I find like you can be more creative after you've done a workout, because your brain is more open and creative at that point, because you've put good things into your body.
Endorphins are at a high.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Not so good when you're writing a thriller, because you have to be like dark and creepy, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I don't want to keep you too long, because I know you have the shower. We've already hit the 34-minute mark, but I do want to ask, where can people stay up to date with you on your upcoming projects and all the amazing things you're going to be doing this year?
Ooh, yes. Well, probably the best way to find me and all my handles and whatnot is going to my new website, which is AliciaRyanCreative.com.
Okay.
AliciaRyan.com was taken, so AliciaRyanCreative.com. And there's links to my Instagram and my Facebook and whatever else right now. I might add Twitter back. I'm not really on there that much right yet. But all things Alicia Ryan can be found there. And there's also, if you visit my website, I created a meditation.
Oh, did you?
That was new for me. Yeah. I wrote a meditation and recorded it, and I had the wonderful Eva Delick, who's a wonderful film composer, do the music behind it. So it's a little something valuable for
That's
people
amazing.
to use if they so wish to. That can be found on my website as well.
That's awesome. I will make sure to link all that below the video so people can go check them out. I love a good meditation. I sometimes listen to like meditations before bed, even though I'm not like up like this, but I'm just like in bed and listening to like people like talking really calmly, and it knocks me out.
Yeah, no, it's great. I've got into it a lot more since the pandemic began. It's the first one I've done, so take that for what it is.
I'm sure it's incredible, because you're awesome.
I'm happy with it, and a lot of people have said it's really, really beneficial for them. So it's meant to be like a start the day meditation kind of thing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
I will, for sure. I will try that out this weekend. For sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining me again. It was so good talking to you. I know it was short and sweet, but it was so good to catch up, and I hope soon we can do that, ladies.
I know. We'll figure one of these days.
One of these days, we will get to be together again.
At last. But I am so glad that I have got to meet you during this time. It's a wild time. And
for sure.
You're a wonderful person. And I cannot wait to, hang out with you in person as well.
For sure. We will do that. Alicia's going to be in my film, people.
2002.
Said yes, officially. All right. Have an amazing day, Alicia. We'll talk to you.
Thanks so much. Bye.